walking round my town, mining coal and iron, gold and what can be found. Sooner or later creepers come my way, I never find that diamond anyway. So my tools keep on breaking away. I've got Minecraft logging every day. Hey, hey, hey. Everybody is falling into lava. I blame the cows and pigs, they push me 'cause they wanna. Sooner or later spiders come my way, I never find that diamond anyway. So my tools just keep on breaking away. I've got Minecraft logging every day. Hey, hey, hey.
Alright, hello everybody, welcome to episode 6 of Gregtech New Horizons, and as you saw in that intro, we got a little bit done in between the episodes, or at least at the beginning of this episode, I guess you would call it. Hopefully that was a little something nice, a little throwback to a song that was made about 10 years ago, and back in the day, back when I enjoyed those things a lot, when I was, 10, 11 years old, just something nice. So as you can see, in addition to the stuff that I just did, which was basically just fixing up a couple things that you guys complained about, the vanilla automation just really wasn't necessary, even though it was kind of fun, but I guess we'll save ourselves just the tiny little bit of tick time. We will save by using just the conveyors over here and just the pipes over there. As you can see, this system right here should work perfectly fine now. I might need to upgrade the conveyor to an MV1 at some point, but for now, it should get the job done. Also, what else did I do over here? The answer is not really much else, but I did kind of let this oxygen gas backlog a little bit in the pipes, so we're very close. Yeah, we're very close to starting having it backlog in the iron tanks. Don't worry, we can just void the hydrogen gas whenever we, see that we're kind of filling up here, or we could put it to use, which we're going to do today in diesel production. Something I didn't show in that initial part of the video is this right here. This section right here, I like the 5x5 chunks that we have that are our base over here. They're going to, basically be our base for the entire series, or at least for the initial part of the series. And I can unload that chunk actually now, and probably these as well. I don't have anything working in those chunks. These 5x5 chunks probably going to be our base, but since we're actually starting to fill up this first layer very, very quickly, I think we want to probably, begin to expand downwards, which I've kind of already started doing with the coke ovens, the 9 more coke ovens that we're going to shove down there, but I also do want to be able to place down machines, like I'm doing over here, without having to worry about them getting, blown up by the snow or rain or whatever it is. Therefore, we need to place blocks all along the top here. This will probably lead to me redesigning things like this tower right here, other stuff around here. Some stuff will get torn down. Like I could probably just straight up get rid of these machines right now. I don't need them anymore. I have the LV or MV version of each of them, so they're kind of useless. But anyways, this is going to take a long time to place by hand, and monsters will spawn up there if I don't sleep quickly enough. Because of that, I started gathering the things we need to get the Builder's Wand. There is a quest for this in the Building Better Bases tab. This is a Builder's Wand that doesn't break. It can place 9 blocks at a time, which is not as good as the other Builder's Wands, like the high tier Builder's Wands from the whatever mod it is. What is this? Is this straight up? Yeah, it's just straight up better Builder's Wands. Those ones can be really, really good if you get like the Nether Star ones, but this one It's low tier, never breaks, and it's kind of technically free. I've turned in most of the blocks here. Most of them are pretty simple. We just need energized voidstone, so I need a couple of ender pearls, which I think I can just straight up buy. Need to make some of these warning sign blocks, and I need to go mine a couple pieces of gold. Actually, scratch that. I just kind of straight up had the materials to make everything except for the concrete. We need to make this from light concrete, which needs to be made in a fluid solidifier. So let's make, well, do I actually have just a spare LV fluid solidifier? Turns out I basically just have the materials to make one. I had 2 spare pumps just lying around. I do need to make 9 more pumps for the extra coke ovens down there, but we'll get around to that eventually. Not worried about that right now. And I want to turn some of these blacksmith tokens into the tier 1 ones, because those are the ones that are used to use in the shop, you know, all that kind of stuff. Because I don't want to make wrought iron myself, I just want to buy it. And apparently the mixer is just the easiest recipe in the entire world. Okay, cool. So I can just put this mixer right here. What we can do is have a fluid solidifier right there. We can put some kind of tank in the center. Do I even have any kind? Ooh, I don't think I have any like kind of decent tank. Alright, so here's the little thing that we're going to use to make concrete. I just need to insert the items into there that we need. And because Gregtech actually has this really cool system, where the heck are my hoppers, where it will, or at least this version of Gregtech does, where it will only shove 1 stack of each ingredient into the machine. That's not the recipe I'm looking for. What I can do is basically backlog a ton of each of the 4 inputs here. And we should just be good. So clay, stone, I'm going to go ahead and pin all of those. They might not be quite the right version, but it should be good enough to get us going for now. There's also no way I have any sand up here. Ooh, I have brownstone. Wait, brownstone is not the same. Never mind. Alright, there is at least a little bit of each input. I'll gather more eventually, but for now the only thing I should have left to do is put a large wooden fluid pipe right there. Give me that block, thank you. And the question is, do I have any? Yes, it seems like I do. Okay, just like that, like that, like that. And we should be getting water in there, and we should begin mixing at least a little bit of concrete. This will auto-export into here. We will get wet concrete, and then I just need a pump to import into the fluid solidifier and send it to this drawer. Since I have them on hand, I guess I'm using one of the MV ones. Ooh, that looks kind of disgusting. But do I care? No, I'm just going to ignore it. And what I should be able to do is change this to import just like that, and it shoves in the wet concrete. Okay, so we have light concrete being thrown right there, and we should... Wow, that's a really fast pump. Jeez, okay. I don't want to backlog 64 stacks of this stuff, but I guess for now that'll just be good. I only need 16 pieces right here. I can turn these into normal concrete just like that, I think. And this stuff looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Could come in handy in the base. It's very easy to break, but we should be able to see it, or what we should be able to see is that if I go here, I say detect submit, that should just be the last one. Yep, and we can claim our builder's mod. Okay, perfect. So now I can grab the blocks that I want to use for the top layer. I don't really have a lot of cobblestone left. I might need to go mining and not void the cobblestone, but for now I should be able to do that. I just need to get up there. Pretty cool view up here looking down at the things that we've made, but what we should be able to see is that we can place blocks so much faster with this builder's wand, and this is going to save me a ton of time personally. I mean, like, I could probably spend a good 2 hours placing stuff here by hand, and just like this, as long as I have the material on hand, maybe 10 minutes. Don't have to go mining just yet. I forgot I had a couple thousand blocks of cobblestone sitting down in our old storage base, but I don't think this will quite be enough, and that's an insane thing to say. A couple thousand blocks of cobblestone won't be enough, but I think it's just the truth. Alright, there we go. That right there is just about 2,000 blocks of cobblestone. It barely made a dent. Jeez, okay. I don't know what I'm gonna go mine. I don't really need anything right now. I have so much iron. I literally have a full double chest of iron sitting around somewhere. So much copper. So, not so much tin, but like a lot of tin. Let me think. I guess I can just mine up a lapis vein. I could use the calcite to make more concrete because we are probably going to use concrete in the base because it's very pretty, and I'm going to want a lot of it. Also, I don't think I've mined a bunch of the lapis vein, but I only have like 30 lapis ores sitting around, so it's probably not a bad thing to do this kind of stuff. It's just not something that's very fun to mine because it doesn't feel like you're actually doing anything in the moment. Anyways, I'm gonna get some cobblestone. I'm not voiding the cobblestone. Just wanted to make sure I do have a void thing in here, right? Yes, I made this probably a couple weeks ago at this point now. But yep. Okay. See you guys in a minute. I actually changed my mind a little bit. I decided to do myself a little bit of good and went ahead and mined out a magnetite vein. I hate mining for gold because you basically just get a ton of cobblestone and a lot of vanadium magnetite and a lot of magnetite, all of which are kind of bad sources of the things that they're supposed to be. We'll need the vanadium magnetite eventually, but not until like EV or LUV or something like that. So it's an annoying vein to mine, but the gold is so, but not a but also the gold is so sparse that it's almost not worth mining for gold there. Luckily, I just need one more batch of gold. I think I got maybe half a stack or so of the ores, which gives us a stack of gold blocks. That should be enough to carry us through until I'm able to use glow flowers for gold, which are a great source of gold. I could probably also use, did I get ore berries? Did I get gold ore berries? Where are my ore berries? I only have iron and copper ore berries right now. I know I get gold ore berries from something. I'll look for it in the meantime, but I am going to start to finish up a little bit more of this thing. You know, I'll give this pack one thing. Chisels do last forever in this version. They literally have like tens of thousands of durability. So good job, GTNH. If that's a config you changed, I'm proud of you. Also, I just realized my shovel is broken. And there we go. It's getting bigger and bigger, and I officially have covered up all of my machines here so we don't have this stupid ugly little just cover so the rain doesn't hit them, because we have this stupid big ugly cover up there now. I do have a couple more stacks of blocks that I can go up there and use right now because I tore down this thing over here. I will probably do that right now, and I guess I'll just run that up really quickly and we can move on to something else for a little bit. Well, I guess the next thing to get into is sort of food. Actually, I wonder if I can put raspberries in crop sticks. Let's check that real quick. I'm very much going to guess the answer is what? Really? Okay. Interesting. I'm going to put 8 of these in here as well. I have 8 of each crop, and then the rapeseed over here. I have like 16 of those, I think. Once you get to like 8 or so of a version of a crop, I think you can just basically grow it fully, and there's a very good chance you'll end up with more than you left out with. So that's kind of just what I ended up doing. And the next question is cantaloupe. Cantaloupe does not go on crop sticks. That is alright. I think these will be these will allow us to get just enough foods that we won't have to worry about our food situation too much. And I do have these cows here. These cows have been here for a good couple episodes at this point. Yes, food situation. To do this, I do want to go ahead and set up the Cooking for Blockheads kitchen. We can basically do this in any way we want to, but I guess we could like make it look pretty. Quartz and blocks of coal. It'd be nice if I had blocks of coal. I could make some of these kitchen floors just as like a little decoration, but I do not. Do I have wood planks? Nope. Do I have stone plates? Ooh, I can just compressor stone dust. Good thing. I've been collecting stone dust for forever. I've literally got multiple stacks of it, plus a bunch extra in here. Okay, compressor right there. A bunch of stuff fell into my hoppers when I was doing the thing, so a bunch of these machines probably are jammed up with cobblestone at the moment. I'll just run through these really quickly and suck them out. Okay, so the absolute most basic bare bones kitchen you can have is a cooking table, sink, and cooking oven. Technically, you don't even need the sink. You don't even need the cooking oven. You can just have the cooking table, but the cooking oven's pretty nice because it will, smelt your food for you. I think it smelts actually many at a time. So where should I think I want to set this up like right here. I could do it just yeah, let's do it just along right here. I think that'd be good. Let's do it in this 7x7 right here. So we'll have the cooking table. We'll have a little space, and we'll have that. And the sink will go in the center. That should be good. Yes, this can smell up to 9 things at a time, and we can just throw a little bit of charcoal in here, and it should be fine. We can also put a bunch of different like pots and pans in here, which are also useful for cooking. So instead of having our pot in that chest over there, we should just be able to shove our pot right there, and it will get used in recipes that need it. Okay, perfect. Oh, it even shows up a little bit. And it's 3D. Oh, that's actually kind of really cute. Okay, this doesn't appear, there is no fish. That means I think that it's not an infinite water source. No, we can't pull water out of this thing. As expected, like I didn't expect it to be an infinite water source, but maybe something, I was thinking maybe something would be overlooked in this version and it'd be really nice and we could just do infinite water that way. But look, our oxygen's beginning to backlog. That's really nice as well. But let me go ahead and craft up some cabinets, some counters, maybe some corners. I don't know if we're gonna need any corners though. And I'll be right back. All right, I made us up a fridge which stores, ooh, that stores a large amount of stuff. And, ooh, I wonder, can you, ooh, raspberries? Almost grown. I have some raspberries stuck in there, and they're a different type of raspberries. They're the weird raspberries from, like, Natura or something. How do I get up there? I was exactly right. The weird raspberries from Natura. Okay, but they're in there now, which means we are basically just kind of good to go. I'm going to fill up on sugarcane first, which is kind of fine, but I think we're producing at the kind of rates we want. Anyways, let me grab some of this stuff, just a little bit of everything, and I'll throw it into, let's say, why not the fridge? And oh, it does show up in there. That's so cute. Does it show up differently? Oh, it shows up differently if you put it in different places. This mod is incredible. Best mod in Gregtech. By far, hands down. I've also got a couple cabinets here. I think I do need to expand it by 2 more connected up there. I did make a couple of counters that I can just shove right there. Do I want 2 of them? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna make 3 more cabinets, and I think we'll probably call this good. Maybe I'll turn this into a little room at some point, but for now, I think I just want the multi-block formed so I can store food in there and craft it more easily. Do I have enough compressed wood planks? I do not. I was confused why I put why I put 4 stacks of wood pulp in there and only got 32 out. It's because I've been using the wrong recipe. This uses 8 wood pulp to make 1 wood plank. I should have been using this one. It's 8 nether stars for 1 dragon egg, and you get 1 wood plank out of it. That's so much easier. This oven smelts things unbelievably fast. I don't think it's even 10 seconds. Maybe if it is 10 seconds, it's just because it's cooking literally 9 things at once, but oh man, that is super nice. Okay, the question is, which guy do I want to keep around? Wait. Did I not fill up on fruit salads? I swear I made 64 fruit salads. What? Apparently, I only made 60. Weird. And I'm gonna upgrade to apple cider instead of the second potatoes. So I think all of my food is at least 1.5. Oh, nope, cantaloupe is still just 1. Can I turn this into anything slightly better? That's literally useless. It makes it just as good. That's just more work. Can't make fruit salad. Huh. I'm not really seeing anything good, but I have to harvest cantaloupes by hand, and apples can just be automatically produced by my tree farm over here. So I think I'm just gonna go with the applesauce. And I did end up using apples for a lot of stuff, but honestly, it's fine. I literally had 1,000 apples in there from a couple hours of tree production. Well, maybe it was like 8 hours of tree production, but in the grand scheme of things, I guess that's really, just a couple. I can put the potatoes in there. Does that actually open up any cool recipes? No, it literally opens up none. So give me 8 of those. Oop, I made an extra. That's just gonna despawn. And that should be a lunchbox fully filled up, and the cantaloupe can be used for something else down the line. Okay, there is full food and not full food automation. We will do full food automation in HV with the tin cans filled with food, but for now this will be quite good, and it's kind of pretty and romantic and cool. Tin can food is just very, utilitarian. Is that the word? That's not the word. Wait, it's coming to me. I want to say utilistic, but I don't think that's it. It's like utility over fashion. It's fun and cool to make all these fun Pam's Harvestcraft foods, but it's less fun, but much more efficient to just make the tin cans because you don't have to like vary your food choices. You can literally just eat those. But whatever. One thing I have sort of realized is that I'm actually really, really bad about doing a ton of stuff in between clips and then only having like a minute of recording to show for like 2 hours of work. Obviously, I'm sure you guys love that stuff. It makes the video seem like I'm getting so much done here and there and all everywhere, but it also doesn't allow me to... Where's my wrench? What? It also means that I'm not really able, one, to explain things super well, and two, use my time wisely because this isn't the only video that I need to get out this week, and I kind of procrastinated this one. I didn't procrastinate this one. It is Saturday night right now, and I have a lot of recording left to do, but I also got back this morning from my trip. So I'm hoping this will come out tomorrow. It very well might not, but I'm starting to ramble. So I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to get some work done, but it's not going to be 2 hours before the next clip. So see you in a minute. And there we go. All coke ovens are formed. They are producing charcoal. Everything's getting sucked out of them, except we do have a little bit of backlog on charcoal because I think I had like 6 or 7 stacks piled up down here, and this compressor is just a little bit overwhelmed. It's working. Oh, wait. Oh, we must just finally be catching up with the backlog. For a while, this thing was really angry and entirely backlogged. But we're also starting to backlog charcoal again, which I don't know if we're going to continue doing, but I think we will probably continue doing, and I really hope we continue doing. I'm also going to have to probably wait a couple hours, see if this farm is enough to keep up with the newly increased wood demand. I have a feeling it might just barely keep up, but it also might just barely not, in which case I'll probably do a little bit of crop breeding, make some better oak bonsais, just like make each tree just like 1 tier better or something, and then we should be easily keeping up with any wood demands we have. So what is next? Oh, also, I did figure out the little issue with the things not going into every single coke oven. It wasn't a distance issue, as I might have guessed. It was actually just simply this thing didn't pull out of the drawer fast enough. So now I have a conveyor from the right side of the drawer going to that layer and the bottom layer, and from the top it's going to the middle layer and the top layer. So we have our issues solved. Yeah, right here, as you can see, this stuff isn't going anywhere. So we do definitely have a backlog, and our backlog might literally, no, wait, but we're only producing 36 pieces of charcoal every 90 seconds. So there is some form of backlog that we're not dealing with. Honestly, whatever. I'll figure that out at some other point. We might see it relieve itself eventually if it's just some weird coincidence of me setting up more coke ovens. We will have to see. But I think that's probably going to be all for this recording session tonight. I'll come back tomorrow, finish up the video, and hopefully we can get a little bit more infrastructure done. I think I want to get diesel done today, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to happen. Maybe we can get chloride done, or the iron 3 chloride to make better circuits. We could also get polyethylene production started, that would probably require diesel. So I think what I'm going to do first is that we're going to get diesel going. We'll do it the gross way, the pump way for now, because I won't be using it for power. I'll be using it for byproducts, and then maybe try and get some of this set up, and we'll do some actual machine work in the second half of this episode. See you guys in just a minute, and bye-bye. Oh, wow. That's actually terrifying. You can't even see our roof. You can just see that there is no stars. There is just a void up there. So odd. Okay, see you tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day. We're back, and we've got a bunch of fun stuff to do. And the first thing that's going to happen is, well, I'm going to put away a bunch of this junk because I just simply don't need it in my inventory. This can go over here, but now that I've done that, we need to go kill the Naga. The reason we need to kill the Naga is because we need to make the iron-capped wand, which requires some Naga scales, I guess, or you could get some Naga trophies in Salus Mundus, but that's literally just the hardest way to do it for no reason. Why would you ever need, I don't know, whatever. I probably won't get into bees if I can fully avoid it because it kind of sucks. The reason we need to get into Thaumcraft, though, is because we need to get the brewing stand. The brewing stand is used in the distillery recipe, which we're going to need to distill down all of our... Or, sorry, there... Wait. Is it not used in the distillery recipe? Hold on, I might be an idiot. Never mind, I'm entirely wrong. It's not used in the distillery recipe. In fact, we already have made a distillery. However, wait, why isn't that? Oh, it makes 8 millibuckets at a time. However, we do probably still want to go do this because I am going to need a brewery for something very, very soon. Also, it'll be a fun little change of pace from what we've already done. But let's go ahead actually and level up this axe because I think this hatchet is going to be our main fighting tool. And to do that, I'm going to go need to mine some nether quartz. Okay, so we're starting at +6 attack. We go up to 7. Ooh, already 8. And let's just see how high this bad boy goes. And it's got even, wait, does that really? Oh, I like that little tip. I don't know if it does that in the newer 1.12, 1.16 versions of the pack. Of the mod. My brain's a little broken. I didn't sleep enough last night. But let's see. We are now +13 attack, and that should be really, really good, especially for something that has no cooldown, and we should be able to kill the Naga with this now. I've already actually found a Naga lair, which is great. Ooh, I've forgotten how weird these things look in the 1.7 version. Also, the flickering I've been talking about, you can kind of see it in the corners again, specifically right here. Not sure why. It might only be happening because I'm close to the Naga thing. Also, these are really cute. I'm going to keep a couple of them. But we should just be able to go in here and kill this guy, no issue. And spawn him? Wait, what? This should spawn a Naga, right? Do I have to break it? No. Excuse me? Turns out I haven't had my game on difficulty this entire episode. It's literally been on peaceful. So I have it on easy now because this pack is already difficult enough when it's, you know, on easy. And we'll take this guy out now. It shouldn't be that difficult. I can hit him anywhere, right? Okay, yes, he just gets shorter. And bye-bye. Bye-bye. There he goes. Not a hard fight at all. One of the easiest. I'll put my firefly jar right next to my bed. I could use a second one, I guess, over here, but whatever. And now I just need to make a couple of aluminum screws, which I guess I can just do like this by cutting these and yada yada yada. It's pretty helpful. I need to make impregnated sticks that I've been collecting out some of these rape seeds. And there we go. I got 5 of them. I only need 1 at the moment. This goes in the center. 4 aluminum screws go here, and I just need to do a little bit of crafting for these iron caps, and we should just straight up have the thing. This is bending iron plates, so let me make 2 of these in here. I think it turns into 4, right? Yep. 2 iron caps, and the wand, just like that. Now, the issue is this thing doesn't have any V. We don't really have to worry about that right now because I guess first things first. Wait, no, it is something we have to worry about. How do I get my first Salus Mundus? Never mind. In this version, you actually don't need Salus Mundus. I forgot. You just need to whack wow, I can't speak today. You just need to whack a cauldron with your wand, and I think if you whack a crafting table, it turns into the arcane workbench. What we're going to do is we're going to put all of the Thaumcraft stuff way far away from our other stuff, just in case we accidentally spawn something really nasty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 stairs around just like that. I think we'll set the fire in the middle, just like that. And then I should just be able to place the crucible on top and I'll fill it with water by hand for now, because I think you can pipe into this thing. I always get it mixed up with the Botania altar. I think this one is the one that you can pipe into, but our water's like so far away and I don't want to fill it up. So I'll probably just fill up a tank over here by hand and we'll call it a day. Next, I think we need to set our wand on a table, and that will turn it into an arcane work table. And then we have 2 more tables just like this, which we can set up over here-ish. Break, please, I suppose. And these you just click on with scribing tools. That is, at least if I remember correctly, and yes, I do remember correctly, we need paper to go in here, which I'm pretty sure I have a ton of. I actually didn't have that much paper, but we now have access to a very, very easy paper recipe. You put some wood pulp in some water in the carpenter, and it just gives you paper. I spent a lot of time in my last playthrough making the hard recipes for forever, and not enough time in NEI making sure, or just checking and seeing if there were easier ones. But this paper should just go right here. No, it literally doesn't. What the heck? Oh yeah, that's not how it works in this version. You just get a research note for something by clicking on it in here, so say we want. I already got the research for Niter. I guess I can just throw it away, and it'll give me a new one. We shove it into here, and we need to play the little fun game. The issue with this game is, 1, we don't have any really aspects like discovered. We only have the initial 6, which we have, I guess, a bunch of. This is actually one of the main things I dislike about the Thaumcraft mod. It seems like there's so much fluff in the research that it extends the lifetime, like the playtime of the mod, but it doesn't really add any depth in my opinion. Like, yeah, you can spend a ton of time doing that, but is it fun or is it just grindy? Different people have different answers for that question, of course. I had to make extra files because I didn't put them in my inventory and the quest didn't complete. That's why those are on the ground. I don't know. I don't like it. I am going to do the research in this pack, though, because I kind of promised I would, but I'm not doing it in any other pack ever again. Now, I've done some basic setup for Thaumcraft. We're not going to do any more of that stuff today. I don't want to delve deep into the mod unless I have to, and we will get the brewing station eventually, just not right now, because it turns out I don't have to. I'm going to get a little bit of obsidian, just so we can put the void upgrades, and I don't have to worry about clearing out excess in some of those drawers that we have, and then I'll be right back. Quick heads up, I've been trying to find a good obsidian ingot recipe for a long time now, and apparently there's one that you just use the ingot mold and obsidian and it turns itself into 9 obsidian ingots. That seems a little bit cheap, but hey, I'll take it. And there we go, a bunch of crafting later, 5 void upgrades. Jeez, these things are obnoxious to make, mostly just because they take a very long time to craft, and I just got some lag, jeez. Also, this pipe specifically still hasn't caught back up. I'm not sure why. We do appear, no, we're actually losing charcoal here. I'm not sure what's happening. There's charcoal backlogged in most of these things. This thing isn't even working full time. I might need to like restart my game or something, maybe reset some of these pipes, who knows. But what we're gonna do is void. We'll let this fill. It looks like we are also slowly losing wood, which isn't great. And then I should just be able to void there. And I don't think we'll ever fill up on rapeseed. We'll start turning this into seed oil at some point very, very soon, automatically, so we should just be fine there. The seeds, the plants grow so slowly that it will probably take me multiple weeks to actually backlog. Multiple weeks logged in, that is. I do need to deal with this tank situation. What else was I gonna do next? Actually, while I was talking, I did think of one potential solution that might solve our little backlogging problem and get our thing running up to full speed. It might not actually do the job, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to run one tin item pipe into the top, one into the side, and hopefully that'll allow things to do well. So the bottom two layers will be served by this lower pipe, and the top two layers will be served by this upper pipe. So hopefully now, if that was a part of the issue, it will have been solved. And I think we're actually gaining on creosote oil again, which is really, really nice. I believe I was below 200 buckets at one point, but now that we have the other 9 guys working, we are backlogging some. Also, that did significantly require me to change the way this thing was set up. And you know what? Probably for the better, because now we have a much larger backlog of charcoal in the bank, and this thing is working full time. And since we're losing wood just slightly, I'm going to fill out the rest of this farm with the oak bonsais, because I literally don't know what else to do with the rest of this farm. I believe the crops we have all here should produce everything we need to make all of the food that we're eating at the moment. Even though it's not very good food, it will get the job done until we have the tin cans. And I just connected the pipes up top over here so they can share inventories that they're connected to. You can barely see it, but I promise I did do it. Alright, I'm back. I've done a little bit of crafting. You can see exactly 1 block from our base loaded over there. I think that's because I am jutting out just over the chunk borders on... Wait, which side am I on? This side. We're jutting out just one side over the chunk borders on that, so it looks kind of weird. But I did the crafting required, so we can start pumping a little bit of oil. What we need is an advanced pump placed directly over the central top source block of an oil well. I have a couple around here. There's one right here and another over here. All the rest of them I think are pretty far away. There's not one there. We have a couple over like here and stuff. But we're not going to be able to produce oil or drill oil sustainably near our base. So we got to make do or make wise use of the oil that we have. So we also need a combustion generator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I place this the correct way. We do it just like that. And then what we have to do in order to make sure this thing doesn't just straight up explode is surround these blocks with some other blocks, because these still are machine blocks. If they get touched by rain, they will just straight up explode. And then we need to put a little bit of a roof. Is it the prettiest thing I've ever built? No. Probably not, but it is going to be fairly functional. So we want a fluid tank on top. Let's supply these with this guy with some mining pipes. We need to give this guy some diesel cells, which I got from the quest for crafting the advanced combustion generator. This will slowly use itself up. But now we are starting to use mining pipes, and as you can see, it appears right there and begins sucking in the oil. This will export directly on top. What we want to do is fill this thing with empty cells, and then export the empty cells into a chest, which I did bring. And then, I need to raise up my roof by 1. And we'll start getting cells of oil. This thing actually sucks up the oil very fast. The LV one is very, very slow. The MV one is actually pretty quick, so I don't expect it will take very long. The main issue being, I actually need to provide this with cells. So let's go ahead and try and look at what is the best kind of cell we can make right now. What was I doing last? I have absolutely no idea. The last clip was recorded like 2 hours ago. I got interrupted. Anyways, I did make a billion of these empty cells. I just kind of passively set them up to get crafted. It's just a ton of steel, and I had a ton of steel, and I can make steel incredibly easily now in the blast furnace. And slowly but surely, we're building up oil cells. These will be used to make a little bit of many things, actually. I already am producing lubricant, but this is a better way. This is one of the reasons we're going to need the brewing machine, actually, but we want to make a bunch of distilleries so we can make sulfuric light fuel and sulfuric heavy fuel. A little bit later, probably like another hour later, I've done a little tiny itty bitty bit of crafting. we have 2 distilleries and 2 chemical reactors. These will turn the oil into light and heavy fuel respectively, they'll be the sulfuric versions, which we then need to pump into a chemical reactor with a little bit of hydrogen in cells in order to turn them into their normal versions. So what I have here is another iron tank because I don't know. I like the way they look. I could make some super tanks, I think. I kind of have the technology for that, but it would just be a little annoying to make because they're kind of really involved. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm just throwing stuff into this chest. It goes into this tank. It gets pushed into here. I'm probably going to actually use up my last MV conveyor in order to speed up that process because it's a little bit slow at the moment, and everything should be fine and dandy. I did actually fill up all... Geez, I have a lot of fuel cells. I got at least a couple of stacks, maybe like 3 or 4 of the stacks from quest rewards or like loot bags, so that's where most of it's coming from. But I did make 4 or 5 extra stacks of empty cells, so, or maybe even more than that. Maybe it was like 6, but yeah, we have a ton of them now. So the oil first goes into there, and then we'll pull it out with some other fluid tanks, and it should just let gravity do the job. I think that's how these things work. I'm not entirely sure though, and then we'll just run it over here and pump the oil into these distilleries. Wrench them both in, and it should begin filling up. Okay, perfect. I do need 2 different chips. For sulfuric heavy fuel, we need 1, and sulfuric light fuel, we need 2. Okay, here we go. Configuration 1. It doesn't have any power, so it's actually not going to start just yet. And configuration 2. Let me make 2 more steam turbines to show over here, and then we should be able to get this fully up and running. I'll just split a steam line off of here, and I'll probably use slightly smaller fluid pipes. Alright, and here we go. The setup's running. I made 2 more steam turbines. They're going into this battery buffer, as I said, and I believe this process uses slightly less than 2 amps, so 2 turbines should be good for the very rare usage of these chemical reactors. It'll just suck a little bit of this battery buffer, and we should be good to go once these things charge up and everything. So the distilleries are running. They're producing sulfuric heavy fuel and sulfuric light fuel. We just need to get the hydrogen over here now. Alright, a little bit later, and I've done a tiny bit more work. I'm making some screws to make some more iron tanks, because once again, we're making more iron tanks to hold the products. But this is the final little final solution for diesel until we have better like chemical reactor stuff, which won't be for a long time. So this is like our kind of final thing here. So what's happening in this spaghetti monster mess? Let me go ahead and take you through it really quickly. So first things first, as you already saw, basic distilleries right here, distilling the oil into heavy and light fuel respectively. Those head over into these chemical reactors, which are now facing outwards, and they get processed into the normal heavy fuel and light fuel. Just like that, there are hydrogen cells in here. Those are... there shouldn't be 3 in there, there should be 4. Oh... I did forget a step. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second. Once you react the sulfuric light fuel with hydrogen, you get sulfuric... Wait, what is it? Hydrogen sulfide and an empty cell, and you send the empty cells back into there. I need another tank for hydrogen sulfide. Maybe we'll just void it. It's kind of useless, maybe. I shouldn't void it. I'll process it. And then the final products here will get sent out in fluid pipes. I just need to make a couple pumps and finish off these iron tanks into here for storage. We'll store like 500 buckets of each. I think that's how many are in here. Maybe it's 360. I don't know. We'll store that. That should be a good enough backlog that we won't have to worry about it because we're not using this stuff for fuel at the moment. Now let me figure out what the heck's going on with this hydrogen sulfide. All right. And we're back, and the spaghetti wire has gotten much, much worse. But it's fairly simple, actually. So what I'm doing... oh, I fell down immediately. So what we're doing over here is we're sending into this drawer first. Everything tries to go into this drawer, but some things can't because it's a locked drawer with hydrogen sulfide cells. Those hydrogen sulfide cells go up into this tank. They get their fluids get placed into here, and then they get sent back into the system, being pushed right here, which they can't go in here, obviously. This is where they try to go first, so they instead go to these restrictive pipes, the restrictive brass item pipes. These are basically a way of sorting. The way it explains it is these restrictive pipes are seen on the tube system as much further away. So this ensures that everything will try to go to this drawer first, and then if it can't go there, it will go to this drawer, or this tank, where it will fill it up with hydrogen and send it back into these guys. As you can see, there are 4 in both of these at all times, which is perfectly right. And then we're just pulling fluids out of the bottoms or out of the top of these guys and sending them to their respective tanks. And as you can see, we have 48 buckets of heavy fuel, 84 buckets of light fuel, and 13 buckets of hydrogen sulfide. And that's that system kind of done. We can reprocess hydrogen sulfide into something. That something is fairly useful, sulfur dioxide, but it requires quite a bit of oxygen. So I'll probably set this up in a little bit at some other point down the line. I want to get more oxygen production up. I actually want to have a whole array of electrolyzers. So I'll do 8 of these guys so we can produce hydrogen and oxygen incredibly quickly. And there we go. I'm really happy with our progress today. I would love to keep doing more. I just want to keep playing. This is a really fun point in this pack. Things aren't too grindy. They're a little grindy, but they feel very satisfying when you get them done, especially with the way I've set up my infrastructure and the way we're not progressing too quickly, but we're still getting a bunch of things done and set up, so we should be able to progress more quickly later. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.